Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like it if you're being yourself, fuck them.
Los, Hollywood Kev.
And welcome to another episode of The Noize on iHeartRadio. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow at The Noize Podcast on the Big Three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. That's www.beatnetworkonline.com.
How do you spell W?
D-U-B-Y-A.
That's what I was thinking, Y-A.
Repeat that 2 more times, and then just run it from there. Yo, it has been an entertaining and boring week all at the exact same time.
You know, I agree with you on that.
Like, there's a bunch of shit going on in the media, but as far as, like, personal life,
I was boring as shit.
Like, completely boring. You know what's crazy? We actually were talking about it prior to getting on the show that we had nothing going on in the week. I just remember what the hell happened that actually filled me with so much joy and so much just readiness for the future. Mm-hmm. My upstairs neighbors moved out.
You know it's bad when you're upstairs. You happy upstairs neighbors moved out.
Because every fucking night it sounded like they were putting on races in their room.
That's
like
crazy.
Every fucking night. Just dog galloping up and down the goddamn stairs to the loft. You can hear them up there arguing, going crazy. I'm not sure if... I don't think they're to put the tasers down, bro. Uh-huh. But they definitely used to get it cracking in there. And... I came home one day and I saw that, you know, the people that normally come in and inspect the apartment and see what all they got to fix, they were in there. They were in and out. I'm all like, oh, shit. Are they gone? Did they leave? Can I sleep now?
Can I sleep?
Oh, this is a happy day. Except for like 2 days ago.
2 days? What happened 2 days ago?
So, no, not even. Yeah, 2 days ago. So Friday. You know, I'm normally off Thursday and Friday. Mm-hmm. So I'm at the crib on a Friday, and I guess they assumed that, okay, well, everybody should be at work because it's Friday, it's noon or whatever. So that's the day they decided to do all of the fixer-uppers. So I had a whole ass day of just hella thumping. I'm like, damn, it's almost like they moved right the fuck back in. I never realized how loud getting carpet installed is until you're living under a building that's getting carpet installed.
That's crazy. I ain't got them issues with my neighbor. All my neighbors Hispanic.
Man.
They don't say nothing to me. I don't say nothing to them.
My next move, and you know, I normally try to keep it on the ground floor just so, you know, when family members want to come over, you know, they have easier access.
Well, shit, it sucks living upstairs. I don't care where you at.
It's a bitch, and especially them stairs to deal with, and me being a rather portly individual. You really don't want to deal with them stairs, but the experience I've had at my apartment, I'm like, nah, fuck that. It's time to move on up.
Yeah. No neighbors.
No neighbors whatsoever. I'm the noise maker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck that humble shit. But one thing, though, I would never want to do is when I see those apartments, they're like 4-story apartments. Ain't no elevator in the joint, though.
Not doing that.
And now you carrying you carrying couches.
Yeah, nah. I lived on a 3-story apartment once. Like you said, carrying couches, it wasn't a good look. Wasn't a good look at all.
Shit, even that low key to 1-story, depending on what you're moving. I remember me and Jay Alonzo was moving Casey and her wife into their spot, and just the corners we had to cut to get upstairs. I'm like, yo, if I die today, remember me like John Lennon. That's all I can really tell you. Because that shit was trying its best to just take me all the way out.
Y'all had to play Tetris.
Exactly. You become Tetris champion when you're trying to figure out
you're trying to get a couch
the moving situation.
Yeah.
Oh man, shit, trying to get the desk into the studio. Remember when we tried to move this bitch?
That's true. We were saying, how we going? Yeah.
Like, you know what? We're gonna just take this off. We'll build it inside. Fuck it.
Yeah.
See, we get our construction on. You know what I'm saying? We trying to learn y'all some things here.
Right.
On the
We're not
Noize.
just too good to get our hands dirty.
We're not just cultural commentators.
Yeah,
we're also workers. We does this.
Yeah.
Other than that, how was your week, sir?
Boring, man. Boring. Same as usual. Learning about myself. Been doing a lot of reading lately. Picked up to read The Alchemist again. Haven't read that in a while. So doing that. Just been reading.
When you double back to books, do you pick up on certain shit that you didn't catch the first time?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like double backing on a lot of stuff that I watched or read as a kid and then watch it with adult eyes because you just get a different insight.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
A completely different insight about it.
Like, I found out Dumb and Dumber was way dirtier than what I expected.
That's not something I've seen as an adult yet. So
no, when you watch it back, you're going to be like, oh, damn.
I missed this.
There's going to be certain shit that's going to, like, hit you. Shit, even and I saw this on a video the other day, and there was an episode of Animaniacs, and Wacko, Yakko, and Dot. That's their names, right?
Yeah.
Wacko was like he was the head honcho.
Yeah, I think he was the main one.
So
the older brother. Yeah.
Wacko tells Dot, "I need you to dust for fingerprints," and then she comes in holding a cartoon version of Prince. She's like, "I found Prince." She said, "No, fingerprints." And then Dot looks at Prince, and Prince gives her this weird smile, and she's like, "I ain't doing that." And I'm sitting here like, how did I miss that as a child?
But wait a minute though, how did they let that slide?
That shit just went through with no problem.
That's crazy. That's yeah.
There's certain stuff you got to go back to truly enjoy as an adult because cause you realize they snuck a lot of those jokes in there. You know, Disney's good for that shit.
Yeah, Disney's great for that.
They get it popping with their little insiders.
Right. But yeah, that's all I've been on for this week. Just read and just kind of relaxing. It's been boring as shit, but yeah.
You know what's funny? I'm 50-50 on having a boring week.
What do you mean?
Like, there are some times where I'm off and I don't want to do a motherfucking thing.
Right.
Like, I don't want to do anything. Whatever you ask me, even you ask me to grab you a bottle of water, like, no, fuck you, get up and get it yourself.
I ain't trying to do none of that.
But then, man, I get on Instagram and I get on Snapchat and I'm like, y'all niggas out here just traveling?
Yeah, it's social media kind of plays that trick on you, man, because I'm the same way. I can be bored one day and I'll be looking, I'll be like, these niggas just living life. I'm in this house bored again. Like, so yeah, social media does play. The only thing I try to keep in my mind is that they having this moment for right now, but that may not always be the case. You know what I mean? You gotta
I wish financial failure.
No, not even that. Not that. I mean, like, yeah, you out kicking it today, but you might be in the house for the next 3 weeks, not doing a goddamn thing.
Got you.
What I mean? So, yeah.
I got some people that I came up with in undergrad that I'm friends with on Snapchat. And it almost seems like every weekend there's somewhere different. There's one person in particular. I'm not going to put her name out there, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows who she is. Well, that listen to the show that's from the school. She literally is overseas every weekend.
Wow.
Every fucking weekend.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm looking at it go down. I'm just, where are you getting the bread from?
Where do you work at?
What is your frequent flyer mileage looking like?
Not
frequent flyer mileage. I was about to say, what word was fire?
Not only do where you work at, but y'all niggas hiring?
Exactly. Like, well, what's the resume process look like? Well, how do I get up in there? But yeah, man, when I see her doing her traveling, I'm like, I wouldn't mind that. You know, just be, on a weekly basis. Like, I wouldn't mind that. And then she's just touching base on new soil every fucking week.
Yeah.
And like, to me, that's dope. But at the same time, with the amounts of shit that I deal with throughout the week, I don't want to do anything.
I can understand that, but for me, when it comes to traveling, like, I don't give a damn how shitty a week I'm having. If I got a chance to travel,
I'm up and out.
I'm on it.
But that's like really the only real thing that will take me out of my slump of nothingness.
Yeah, and same with me. I agree with you wholeheartedly with that. I'm the same way.
Like, if I actually just get up and just get on the move travel somewhere, I'm doing it for sure.
Domestically or internationally. I just want to do it and experience some shit. Yeah.
Right. See some new shit.
Yeah.
Getting into the show, because as we mentioned, it really wasn't much to happen in our weeks to give y'all 20-minute banter. We kind of paused on one subject we never really got into that I said we were going to talk about this week. And lo and behold, the media gods put her in some shit. So we can actually have a real quick, relevant conversation about her. And that's Rachel Dolezal.
Well, that's how you guys know her. I can't pronounce her real name anymore.
Oh, yeah, my fault.
She
what is it? Nkechi
Nkechi
Amari
something.
Diallo.
Yeah, there we go. Y'all heard it right.
She's the most woke person. I don't want to hear what anybody got to say. She's the most woke. black of the berry, whether it's spray tan or however she achieves it. God damn it, stay woke. But yeah, she's getting hit for welfare fraud.
Yeah, and I think it's funny because I don't think a lot of people realize, and this is not me sounding racist or anything. This is just the statistics. Mm-hmm. White people use welfare a lot more than black people.
A lot more than black people, even the ones that dress up like black people.
Yeah, a lot more than black people.
Rachel, for sure. She reported. Now, we're really just using this to touch on the conversation we wanted to have last week, so it's kind of perfect to go over this. Mm-hmm. She reported that between August 2015, I think it said, August 2015 to November 2016, she was making $300 a month, and that was from friends basically giving her gifts. When it comes to find out, between August 2015 and November of 2016, she made $84,000.
Making more than what I would have made a year.
So if you,
I made that year.
Exactly. So I'm like, when you look at what people normally make a year at their jobs, mm-hmm. she made that and then some. She actually made the amount of money of a good ass job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, she was getting. She was out here playing with welfare, out here lying.
But did she really think that saying she get $300 a month, and this was like what, going on 2 years that, mm-hmm. that she did so for 2 years every month, friends was just giving you money. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
Well, again,
that story just doesn't seem plausible to me.
With us using this story to patch in what we wanted to talk about, they tried to set it up that way. They tried to set it up that way because if you remember the documentary that we watched, now first of all, if you ain't watched the racial divide, it's gonna give you a good laugh and it's gonna piss you off.
Yeah, y'all need to watch that.
At the exact same time. It is an insane documentary. I can't even say it was a good documentary. It was just, it evokes emotion.
Yeah.
It ain't the most positive emotion, but it definitely evokes emotion. With us watching that documentary, that honestly would have been the first red flag to me because they shot that documentary from when the lie was found mm-hmm. to when it came out. Mm-hmm. So obviously she had to be getting a check between that time.
Some way she was getting some money.
So I'm pretty sure that was a part of the $84,000.
Right.
And also I look at that situation, she probably was maintaining welfare to maintain the appearance of being a black woman.
You think so?
I think so. And the only reason I say that is because, and again, you watch the documentary, she is convinced mm-hmm. that she is a black woman through and through. Even when she had her kids, she said in the doc that I'm going to remain unapologetically black.
Yeah, she did say that. I was like,
at the same time, not allowing my child to be whitewashed. But you're white.
You're white. Like, what do you?
So when she checked on the paper, she checked black and white. She felt like that was the truth for her, which I feel like is going to end up coming back to biting her ass because she even mentioned that in Washington, you know, falsifying any information on that paper, you're not supposed it's to. It's a felony.
Yeah, you can't do that. My thing with the documentary and how her thought process is, I get it if you are heavily involved in a culture, you grew up in it, and you feel like you can relate to that culture. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure we both got friends who hung around the white kid hung around the black dudes growing up.
Right.
But to flat out say that you're a black woman, that's disrespectful.
You know what's crazy about that whole documentary? If, like, I was listening to everything they were saying she was doing for the community. I was listening to everything that she did towards the Black Lives Matter movement. Mm-hmm. I'm listening and I'm watching all this shit go down and I'm watching her leadership. And I was just like, you would have been the ideal ally mm-hmm. if you just kept it funky, if you just kept it real. But just like, I'm a white woman that is immersed in black culture. I love black culture. You know, this is something that I came along when my adopted brothers and sisters came along because they were all black, and she was able to empathize with their issue. Now, I say all that, understand I'm not making an excuse for the bitch. I think she's crazy as hell, and I have no love for her whatsoever. I'm saying that because she at least has an idea.
Yeah, like the bullshit The work that she was doing was good.
She has a strong idea. The work that she was putting in was good, and she's making sure her kids are informed.
Right. The work she was putting in was good, but like you said, as she kept it straight the whole way through, she wouldn't be in this situation she's in
She
now.
probably would have never become the NAACP chapter president.
That's true.
You know, she probably wouldn't have been able to walk around with the braids and all this other stuff.
That's also true too. But to me, I'm like, you don't need that stuff to
exactly because now you're putting on a costume.
Right.
You're putting on a costume and you're pretending to be something that you're not.
And by you doing that, that kind of discredits anything that you're trying to do or anything that's been done.
Exactly. And there are plenty of white people out here that don't get classified as wiggers who are legit, into black culture.
Right.
That black culture literally surrounds their everyday.
Right, and which is nothing wrong with that. I have nothing wrong with people that are around a certain culture and they embrace it. Just don't be disrespectful not only to that culture but to the people that actually live that culture. Don't parade yourself as a black woman. You don't know the struggle that these women face.
And she even said in the documentary, she felt like with her love for black culture, she felt as if she had to walk the walk. And I think she talked about that on an episode of The Real. And Tamar checked her like, so wait, so you think you understand, what it means to walk as a black woman? And then Lonnie Love came in and was really hitting her with the hooks.
Was.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she was.
I wish I had caught that when it actually happened.
Yeah, she
was.
was.
I guess I'm not a real. Wait, to the real or to the talk?
I don't know.
It's one of them.
Yeah, I think it's The Real though.
Is it The Real?
I think it's The Real.
Let us know in the comments, y'all. But anyway, I wish I would have saw that shit when it actually happened.
Yeah, because
that was a scrub. That was a national scrubbing that she deserved.
It was, and she deserved it. She deserved it. I did feel bad for her in a sense though, and not saying that she didn't deserve anything. Everything that she did is on her own fault. But how long, like watching the documentary, how long do you torment the person? You know what I mean? Like, she did have people doing some wild shit to her that was foul. Don't get me wrong. She put herself in that position, but how long do you get tormented? How long is that supposed to be acceptable?
With her, you can't even think that it's going to eventually die out because they still call OJ a murderer.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact that she got exposed during the height of social media, that's never going to go away.
Right.
Now, when she got caught and she just came out and said, yes, I did used to do this, that, and the third, she still would have got backlash, but it would have been something that people would have eventually gotten over. She still would get trolled because that's just the thing to do on social media.
Right.
But people would have at least gotten past being upset and being, you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Having, fucked up feelings towards her.
Right. The reason I asked that is because what happens, because in the documentary, I mean, again, I'm not making excuses for this woman. She did what she did, and that's why she's in this position.
She's dumb as hell.
But in this documentary, you can see that she's visibly hurt by this. She's visibly shaking. You know what I mean? So what happens if, as she goes out in her daily life, you know what I mean, she's getting tormented, can't go certain places. Like we seen, she couldn't go certain places. Now, what happens if she gets to that low point and the worst happens? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
now that part's unfortunate because I can see her getting to that low point.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Very soon. Of course, I wish death on nobody. However, in this situation, it's like you feel bad, but at the same time, it's hard to feel bad.
It's hard to feel bad because she made this.
She made this, and then when you listen and watch the documentary, she is very convinced that she's a black woman.
Yeah.
And then not only taking that, but taking the, around the exact same time, the transsexual conversation and using that to her advantage, which immediately puts the trans era into question again.
Right. What she was doing is flat out. Her way of moving discredited a lot of shit.
Exactly. It discredited a lot of shit that was being fought for a long fucking time.
Right. Still being fought for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just felt like how she went about it, she tried too hard to be accepted as a black woman when she should have just realized, okay, I'm caught. Let me just do this. The only area that I feel bad about is finding out why the parents went on that media run, because I thought it was weird around that time. That the parents were catching every major news network, even some of
they
the
went on the fucking press
online fucking outlets.
They look like you would have thought they just dropped an album.
Exactly. They were promoting the album hard as fuck. They went on every major media outlet to discredit their daughter. And I'm like, so if this is your daughter, why are you making her out to seem, I mean, even though she is crazy as hell, but why are you making her out to seem like she's crazy as hell and an habitual liar? You find out in the documentary that her adopted sister was molested by her brother. And Rachel was going to testify on her behalf saying that he also molested her. So if you make her look like a liar, that discredits her entire testimony.
Exactly.
I thought that was fucked up.
Yeah, I did. I felt when it came to that, that was a little fucked up, and I also feel bad for the children, because the children, or her son, he's affected by this too.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. And again, I'm gonna keep saying this. She made her bed, so she got to lay in it, and
be comfy.
But for how long is my question? How long do you got? You know what I mean? Like I can only accept or expect that people are gonna grow, evolve, and know where they fucked up at and how to move on. So in this case, in 10 years from now, do we still take pictures when she's outside? Do we still talk shit about her? How long does that last?
I think the picture portion of it, I think that part is done. But I really just sat here and thought about it. I don't think she'd be on the brink of suicide. And the only reason I say that is because you look at all the other women that get tormented. You know, she's being tormented for a decision she made.
Right.
There are a lot of women in the industry, especially black women, that get tormented just for their existence, strictly because of their existence. It's unfortunate. I can never imagine what it would be like to be such a pariah, you know what I'm saying, in media and wherever the fuck you go. But at the same time, it's really hard for me to feel bad for you when I know that you loaded up the pistol.
Right, absolutely. Like I don't. Like, if I met her, I wouldn't, come here. Nah, none of that shit. You deserve this shit.
Right.
But I'm just saying, how long? How long does a person got to put up with certain shit that's unacceptable?
Another thing that I noticed, and then we can actually get off of this, because we gave this a little time. Yeah. But one thing I noticed with her that I got from the documentary was, and her son even said it, just let the shit go away. She is out to prove that she is a black woman.
Yeah, that part she shouldn't be trying to do. She shouldn't be trying to do that at all.
Right. You got the fact that when she got caught up, she went on all these interviews and said I was a black woman. I could be wrong, but the documentary seemed as if her first time admitting that she was born to white parents and legally born white was on the talk or the show. That was her first time admitting that she was born a white woman. And it could have just they could have just let that scrubbing take place. They could have been, the public opinion could have thought that she got what she deserved from that public scrubbing, and then you move forward. But then she doubled down by writing the fucking book.
Right. But there's a lot of things with that book. I think with the book, I don't have much issues about it, only because I feel like she could be telling her truth, whatever that may be. At the end of the day, the woman feel like she got to eat. So she's using it to her advantage. But to your point, to something you were saying about the public kind of letting it go, my thing, what I think she's trying so hard is she goes out every day and gets chastised. I feel like with that, she feels, well, if I can just prove to them that I'm this way, then they'll stop. I think she's kind of in a paradox a little bit, you know what I mean? Right. If she can't let it go, because when she steps out her house, it's getting brought up, so she tries to prove something, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
If I can get deep and doctorly real quick, I honestly think the same thing I thought about Kanye. I think she is in psychosis.
Oh, I definitely think she has mental illness. I think
it's from PTSD, from the shit she dealt with her family.
I definitely think she got
and I think illness. Because she related so much to the kids and what they were going through, it's almost like she's just attached to that lifestyle.
Right. One thing she said that kind of put it together for me was that her family, she never really felt accepted, or that was her family. Right. So I feel like when these other adopted kids came in, they kind of bonded because
they also didn't feel accepted.
Yeah,
right?
you know what I mean? And she kind of adopted that culture for that.
Right.
But with that, like somebody actually said in the documentary, I think she said it to herself so much that she really started to believe
Right.
it. So to her, she thinks she's a black woman.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But, you know, and I had this conversation with somebody, and I think I had it with you as well. What she did is like the epitome of white privilege.
Absolutely.
Ain't a nigga in this world. I mean, you can go full Sammy Sosa. It ain't a nigga in this world that can walk outside and say I'm a white man,
Right.
and
It
get
gonna
a documentary on Netflix.
Exactly. It's not gonna happen.
Ain't one.
It's not gonna happen.
So, and again, that's what makes it so hard to sympathize. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that not only is this something that she brought on herself, you know this is something that's only one way.
Right.
It can only be a white person pretending to be a black person.
Right. It couldn't be no other.
It couldn't be the other way around.
To keep it 100, it probably couldn't even be any other race.
Oh, yeah, not at all.
Yeah.
It's always going to be, come on now.
Yeah.
We are American culture. It's going to always be us.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. Good luck.
Right. That's why I can say that wholeheartedly, too.
Yeah,
Best of luck to you.
Best of luck to you.
Because shit is about to get real.
Yeah.
Especially you playing with the government money now. Yeah, welcome to Black Lifestyle. Oh, man. But getting into, I guess this is really like the major conversation I want to have. We're going to definitely touch on some other things as well, but I want to talk about this while we're on the subject of poor white people decisions. The NFL has officially banned any disrespect, quote unquote, of the national anthem, including kneeling. Now, they give players the options to stay in the tunnel, but if you're out there, you have to stand or the team is going to get fined.
If I'm an owner and I'm like if I'm like the Jets owner who said he's paying for the fines, I would tell them to kneel every game and already have it mapped out for the fines.
And, you know, and I was going to get to that too. Real big up to the Jets owner. Because the hour that article came out,
he was like,
he released a statement like, I pay the fines.
Yeah.
What you going to tell an owner?
Nothing.
What's the fine going to be, like 150 bands? Bro, I'm a billionaire.
Right.
Well, I'm a millionaire at least. A very, 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 very high millionaire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's a fine?
Well, what's a fine? But I think that whole thing is, it kind of proves our point, but it's still fucked up at the same time. You know what I mean? It proves a point in this racial inequality. You know what I mean? It proves that point, but at the same time, it's like, how you gonna penalize somebody for standing up in what they believe in?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, y'all didn't penalize Tebow for praying.
Yeah, right. True.
He took a knee to pray. Y'all didn't penalize him for that.
Man, and I just want to go on record on this episode and say, fuck a Roger Goodell.
No, to keep it 100, like, I'm not even watching NFL this South Africa.
And I was just about to say that. I did really good last season.
Yeah, me too.
I
caught a couple games.
I caught a few. I can't even say a few. It may have been a couple.
Yeah, I caught a couple
Steelers games, and I caught the Super Bowl. But I truly can't support it. I understand my one piece of viewership doesn't mean shit. It's not gonna mean anything until everybody else jump on board and really cost these niggas some money, because they went down. They were like 9% of viewership last year.
I think so.
So 9%. That's not a lot, obviously, but that's a very recognizable chink.
Right. It's something that whoever's looking over the numbers can be like,
whoa,
shit, we didn't lose. No, where does 9%?
We went down.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, it's crazy because if I was in the NFL, and I understand everybody's situation in the NFL is different, everybody got to feed their family. I would be trying to talk to, if I can't talk to everybody, I'd be trying to talk to all the black people. Like, yo, that first game we sitting out, we ain't even playing.
Hell yeah. I'd make up all kind of injuries.
Yeah, I would. We're not playing. Like, I would really try to make it a point. You want to do this? Cool, but we're going to show you just how much. And it can just be one game. But that's going to cause so much. Just teams won't be able to play because they won't have enough men on their roster.
Do some shit like that, or just have, certain teams go out there and just forfeit.
Yeah.
So that way there's just no game whatsoever.
Either forfeit or I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna be a little, even though I'm not watching, I'm gonna be a little bit personally upset if these men don't kind of rebel that.
They have to. I mean, you look at it. The one time we got everybody to take a knee was when Trump called them all sons of bitches.
Right.
You should be just as offended that they're taking a peaceful protest to protest racial inequalities to protest police slayings without cause. And they're saying, no, that's not the right way to protest. And I want to touch on that, too.
They're not even saying it's the right way. They're just saying, no, don't do it. We don't want you to.
They're saying, no, don't do it. But a lot of the conversation around it is, that's not how you do it. You don't disrespect the flag and also try to scream the First Amendment and all this other shit. But, nigga, ain't shit we can do that you really qualify as proper protesting. Black Lives Matter walk the streets, and they are still trying to classify them as a terrorist organization.
Right. Absolutely. Which is fucked up, because it's like we're you guys, and I say white, you guys, I mean in white people, you guys tell us don't go destroy shit when you guys want to protest, just go protest. So we do that, and then it's still not taken into consideration. It's still nothing is coming
always
from
something
that.
wrong.
These men ain't hurt nobody. They're taking a knee. Not only are they taking a knee, somebody in the military said this would be the best way to do it.
Right. He took advice from someone who served for the same flag you think they're disrespecting.
Exactly. And not only that, these players have came out and said it has nothing to do with the flag or the military. I love my military, so on and so forth.
And they keep saying it's the flag.
Right. But no. I just would like to be completely honest, man. I'm so fed up with this country.
Bro, it's irritating. It's infuriating, actually.
It's the racial disparity is such a large margin. Like, we see men or these kids going to these schools and they're shooting up these schools and they don't get marked as a terrorist at all. You know what I mean? But you get somebody that is a minority that doesn't shoot up no school, but they're getting marked as a terrorist. You know what I mean? They're getting marked as issue. It's crazy. We've both went to schools that were pretty tough. We've both probably had run-ins, at least at one point in our life, where maybe we were getting bullied or bagged on. We ain't think about shooting up no damn school.
Oh yeah,
like I said, man, I'm so fed up with this country, and it's
fed up. Get out.
It's one of those things where I wish people can just stand up and change the shit. Like, we got so much power, we're just not using it, and it probably won't even happen in my lifetime. But it's to the point now where I feel like, all right, I rather get on, do what I need to do, and not have to deal with this country anymore. Like, for real.
Like, the worse that it gets, it really, and I feel bad for saying this too, but it's the truth. As it gets worse by the day, it really makes you not even depend on your white allies.
You're right.
And the only reason I say that is because you aren't 100% convinced that if and when the shit hits the fan, where are you going to stand at?
Exactly.
Like, when you find out the ramifications of your support for us, where are you going to stand?
Exactly. You might initially be like, yeah, I'm rocking with y'all, but soon as shit really starts to fly,
shit start bubbling,
and shit starts coming at you for supporting us, you're gonna jump shit.
It's literally becomes an action speak louder than words.
Yeah.
And at the point of where we are right now, there is no more words. There is no more, oh yeah, that's bullshit, yada, yada. Like, no, show me why you think it's bullshit. Exactly.
You're absolutely right. It's to the point now where I don't even want to have certain conversations that maybe me and you have had with somebody that's not a minority. I really don't, because I'm gonna do my best to keep it peaceful and try to explain to a white person what's really going on, but I can't say that it won't piss me off if this motherfucker talking crazy.
And one thing I've noticed is that a lot of them sometimes just kind of slip it in there.
Yeah.
You know, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying da-da-da-da-da. Like, no, but that's what you're about to say.
Right.
So let's
in
just
those
dead the
cases,
conversation.
man, a lot of those cases, and you know me, I can be sarcastic with it. That's not what you're saying, but I hit them with something sarcastic right back. You know what I mean? Like, I truly don't care. Like if honestly, like, and this may be bad to say, but if it's not a black man or a black woman, I'm really, like, I don't have no lookout for you. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't want to see you hurt. Like we were just talking about the last one. I don't want to see you hurt. You know what I mean? I want you to get your dues. But when it comes to my people, I'm not fucking with you. I can't do it.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
I can't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
if you're ever going to force me to choose a side, understand you've already fucked up there.
Yeah, you've already lost.
But getting back to the NFL, I look at the policy that they have in the NBA to where you it's in their contract that they have to stand on the court for the national anthem.
Right.
So when you take that kind of situation and then you look at oh God, I always hate doing this because there's so many names. You look at the Eric Garner situation during the NBA season, and they all came out when it came back that shirts, right when it came back that the dude that choked him to death on camera got off. Mm-hmm. They wore the "I Can't Breathe" shirts.
Right.
They still stood like they're supposed to do in their contract, but they wore the "I Can't Breathe" shirt. They got flack for that.
Right, they did. I like the way the NBA's, I guess, upper management, if you will. I like it because they don't, like I said, they gotta be out there on the court, but they don't. As far as they're protesting, they let them do whatever they want to do. The NFL is so fickle about shit. These guys can't even wear custom cleats when they're playing.
Right.
Like, honestly, in my opinion, the NFL won't be shit until Roger Goodell is gone.
Yeah, you gotta get him up out of
Until he's gone, the NFL is gonna keep being as trash as it is.
But I feel like the NFL is gonna be just like the royal family. I feel like it's just gonna go to somebody close to Roger Goodell.
You think so?
I think so. Like, I don't think they're gonna relinquish that kind of power to anybody who's for equality. Because as soon as you get,
I think if their numbers dip enough, they will.
And that's the fucked up thing, and that's one thing I'm truly upset at men about, because we're not gonna let that shit slide. We're gonna be locked the fuck in to the season, like no matter what. Roger Goodell, it would take Roger Goodell to get on camera and say, "Look, I don't fuck with niggas," to get a motherfucker to stop watching the goddamn game.
Right. Yeah.
That's the only way. Other than that, I don't see it happening. You see how crazy everybody went for the knee. Nothing happened. You see how crazy everybody went for, Cap not getting signed? Nothing happened.
That's true as well. Let's say players, they just don't come out then. What happens then? You got players that don't come out for the national anthem. Now they're going to be complaining about that.
Well, no, yeah, that's definitely coming next.
What I mean? Then
that's for sure. Because
make sure you have to.
They say in the band, you have the right to stay in the tunnel if you want to.
Yeah. So when they're in the locker room and this is going on, and you start getting maybe 2 players out in the field, maybe 3. You know what I mean? You're starting to get that. Then they're gonna be like, oh, everybody has to come out for it. How you gonna tell me? First, you're going to tell me I can't protest. Now I have to be on the field. You can't tell me how to run my life.
That's going to be the next step. Yeah. I guarantee that's going to be the season after this upcoming one. That's going to be the next step.
And that's why I commend Cap as much as it did to kind of let all that shit go. Anybody that plays professional sports, I have to think that that's been their dream. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you don't wake up one day in high school like, yeah, maybe I will try to go pro. You don't do that. This is your dream. You're working towards that your entire career. So for him to be like, what I believe in is bigger than this football, and I'm willing to leave what I love alone, I commend him for that.
Right.
I commend him for that.
Leave what he loves and what he's been
doing,
working on. And didn't a report just come out this year that he was considered a starting quarterback?
Yep, I seen that. I seen that this week. The owners considered him a starting quarterback, but they felt he was just causing too much trouble with his kneeling. I think he's going to win that collusion case.
Oh, very much so.
He's going to win that collusion case, and I think that's going to maybe shake things up a little bit. Certain people are going to have to be held accountable.
Right.
But it's with the way information is exchanged so quickly, it wouldn't surprise me that if for a week maybe that's the topic, but then after that we're on to something else.
Of course, shiny red ball.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. When he wins the collusion case, that's going to be the biggest monkey wrench that the NFL did not want.
Yeah, I think the NFL thought they were just going to kick him out. That was just going to be that. He was going to talk his shit on social media, but he was like, oh, okay.
Again, that may spark something in some top players to be like, nah, I'm cool.
Right. And that's really what it is. Like I was telling you earlier, everybody just want to be able to take care of their family and to be happy.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's it. But at some point, you got to be like, nah, man, I can't stand by this.
Right.
At the end of the day, when I go home and I don't have this pass on, I'm still a regular black man in America. You know what I mean? When I retire and I'm 38, 39 years old, I am now a regular black man in America, no matter how much money I got. Hell, we saw the Milwaukee's Bucks player just get tased and hemmed up for nothing.
Right. And then went to a game.
Right. So it's not even about you having that money. At the end of the day, your skin's still black.
You're a black man in this country.
Yeah.
Again, a hearty fuck you to Roger Goodell. I just think I wish there was an alternative to take that viewership away.
Yeah.
I really do wish there was. I mean, arena football exists, but I don't think anyone's really checking for arena football.
Right. I mean, the way, but if we being for real, football might weed itself out in the next 10 years because we get more and more parents. They don't want to let their kids deal with it.
With the injuries.
You know what I mean? And with the way other sports are starting to flourish, kids are starting to want to go different routes. I would not be surprised if 10, 15 years the NFL start looking like a D League. I would not be surprised.
NFL gonna become rugby.
Right.
American rugby.
Hey. Or you go to the NFL when you know how like NBA you got the G League, you go to the NFL when you're trying to develop. You go somewhere else
to get ready for arena bowl. Hey man, but I feel like that would be nobody's fault but Rodgers.
Yeah. The NFL.
I mean, shit. You even look at that. They don't want with the developments of CTE and just how players' medical was being mismanaged throughout the NFL's history. Like, I mean, it's too many risks. It's too many risks just to get in there and then get told you ain't got a voice.
Right. You get in here, boy. Go out there and throw that ball.
We'll see what happens. Well, we technically won't see what happens because I ain't gonna be watching. I'll definitely check out the articles though.
Yeah,
I'll check out what's getting written up on like ESPN or something like that. But as far as watching the games, nah. This is in I'm not streaming Kanye's album pot.
Gotcha.
Speaking of Kanye, though. Yeah, your favorite subject, battle bars. My favorite subject.
Yeah, man.
Now,
first, before we even jump, we'll get there. How did you feel about Pusha's album?
Should have been longer. Should have definitely been longer. And when I say
wanted at least 10 tracks.
Exactly. When I say longer, I mean just give me 10 tracks. 10 tracks of that, I would have been completely cool with. The 7 tracks are dope. It really is 7 dope ass tracks.
Right.
But it just happens so quick.
It does. It's funny because I listened to it again. I knew we were recording today, so I listened to it again yesterday. And this was right, like the game was about to start at 5:30. I put this album on at like 5:12. I was done before the game started.
Yo, I shit you not. I like walking to the gas station that's down the street from my apartment. The walk there and back, I was done with the album.
Yeah, it's short.
And again, it's fire. And I knew that's why I brought it up on the show that Kanye was going to be in his bag with the beats. Every beat was just slumping.
I don't agree with you on that.
Which one do you think?
I can't think off the top because I'm still learning which track name is which. There are 2 beats in there that when I heard, I was like, oh my God. But some of them I'm like, this could have been a little bit more. Some of them sounded unfinished to me.
I disagree with. I've heard a lot of instrumentation in those beats.
Really?
Like I heard a lot of time and effort put into those beats.
I'm still in my listening process. Off the top though, this is fire.
Right,
it's fire off the top. I'm just still in the listening process.
I can't give an active review because I've only given it 2 listens.
Yeah,
but just from what I've heard,
it's definitely dope. And I was asking that to say into it. Now we getting into beef and bars is what we getting into.
Before we even, we'll get into that, and then I'm gonna get into my conspiracy theories. Put on my metal cap.
What's your conspiracy theory?
No, because it's gonna tie into exactly what we're about to talk about now.
Okay.
So it's almost like it's gonna just come full circle at the end.
So how did you? First, we'll start there. How did you feel about the Infrared track? Infrared
could have been a lot stronger. But I said that about Push when he came at Wayne. Push is as nasty with the bars.
Right.
His coke rap is really unmatched in the game right now. Battling, he gave me bars. He gave me way better bars than what he gave Wayne. But it just doesn't it stings, but it doesn't like.
But I think that's what it was supposed to do. I don't think that Push went out there and was trying to end him right there. Yeah, I think he was trying to, throw that jab else he was going on.
Right.
And I felt like Drake was like, well, shit, we can throw the jab back then.
And that's what I got from Drake's response. That's what I got from, what's it called, Duppy Freestyle?
I think so, yeah.
I felt like Drake was just throwing jabs. His reach was just longer.
Yeah. I will say, do I think battle-wise Drake is a better... No, I don't.
Not at all.
Not at all. I don't think he had... but I will say he impressed me with this because Push album dropped and he got the disc the next day. That impressed me, but then it was just... He came out like kind of arrogant, but it was well placed arrogant. Like,
right.
Oh, nigga, you want this smoke? Well, fuck it then. Let's do it. It wasn't like...
It was a super arrogant response.
Right.
But I didn't expect Drake to come any different because when you look at Push's interview on the Breakfast Club and Hot 97, he did one other interview. He was very arrogant in the presentation.
He was
like, yeah, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And to me...
Or, well, is that arrogance or is that just... No, let's put it out there. Is that I don't have nothing to hide. Is that...
It's definitely I don't have anything to hide, but it's arrogance for sure because he knew what he was getting interviewed for.
Well, yeah.
Like, he could have
And,
okay, you know what? I guess this is the perfect time for me to bring up my conspiracy theory. Mm-hmm. Good Music have officially tapped into the trolling market, and they've perfected it. Good Music is probably the best marketing company right now.
Speak on it, because I'm trying to catch what you're putting down.
How long did we go without hearing from Kanye?
It was a good stretch of time.
It was a good stretch of time.
Yeah.
Good chunk of time. It definitely was a year.
I give you that. Yeah.
Nigga came back and controlled media for 2 weeks, and then in those 2 weeks, he promoted albums, and those albums stayed in conversation all the way up until the day that Daytona dropped.
Right.
With Daytona, they kept asking him, "Are you putting out singles?" No. We're just gonna drop the album. What should I put out singles for? We're gonna drop the album. The day the album drops, a Drake beef, and now who's all in conversation? Pusha T. They're taking the element of trolling and they're making it fit to what good music is all about. Musically.
I can kind of see where you're going with this.
Push's album is getting spins strictly off the strength of word of mouth. People are rushing to Push's album because why? We just heard he dissed Drake and we got a Drake response the next day. So now niggas want to know where's this arrogance coming from in the record. And of course, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, but to that, as far as them marketing, I think the Drake freestyle came by surprise to everybody. I don't think Kanye and them anticipated. No, I'm sorry, is it coming out that quick? I don't think they could anticipate Push dropping and then the next day Drake responding. Like, come on.
The reason I wasn't surprised, well, it's one of two things. Either Drake was a part of it, and this is because let's not forget he has an album coming out too.
That's true.
Either Drake was a part of it, or he just went right back into that Meek Mill bag. I think Drake has realized he can no longer just nice guy his way out of beef. That if somebody's going to approach him, if somebody's going to say something to him in this industry, in this league, you better say something back. So that's why he went at Meek the next day. That's why he took the jab at Joe before anything could even go down. And that's why I think he had this reply to Push. Now, one thing that Drake should have done was that he should have kept that braggadocious flow that he had when he came at Meek. Because Drake isn't gonna out rap anybody,
right?
None of the cats that he's gone against, he's not gonna out rap any of them. But he has seen more success than everybody he's gone against so far. So why not just outclass him? I thought Charged Up was trash, but Back to Back was Drake really just going in and showing you, like, listen, I'm Drake. No matter how you feel about me, no matter what you say about me, I'm Drake. And I think that's going to be his number one weapon when he goes against anybody. I always say this, even though I know we're not going to get it, but the one person he can't use that shit against is Kendrick.
That's true.
And that's probably why he's not going to respond to Kendrick. But Joe, Meek.
No, I think Drake is the Floyd Mayweather of rap. He picks and chooses who he going to go at.
I was about to say, please explain that.
I feel like he picks and chooses who he's going to go at. Even with this one, Push been dissing this man for how many years?
See, yeah, it's been a lot of subliminals.
You know what I mean? So this is why I feel like they couldn't anticipate that he was going to respond the same day because they've been doing this and he ain't been biting. I think he may have dug himself in kind of a hole by actually dissing him because Push is. I don't think Push can end him, but Push can really in that beef lyrically.
Keep going.
I was gonna say I don't think it's gonna mess with Drake popularity or who he is as an artist at all. But like far as hip hop goes, I think he's gonna take that L.
I think we're far past the era of cats getting their career ended from beef.
Oh, me too.
That definitely
that's
stopped
not happening
at
no more.
50 and Jai.
Yeah, that's not happening no more.
And that's what pisses me off. People say, "Oh, it's over with for Push." Like, no, it's not.
I was seeing that so much when it dropped. It was like, he came in. I've been seeing the meme of like Drake as Thanos and Push disappearing. I'm like,
I've been seeing Drake as Allen Iverson stepping over.
I've seen
Push
that too, and I'm like, do y'all do realize that this man is gonna respond and it's gonna be like, did y'all not hear? Well, did y'all not hear the infrared track? Like,
and now with that, I'm upset with Push because he should have learned from the Meek Mill track. The fact that he waited this long and we still ain't got a response yet. I'm like, hey, bro, Drake gave you 3 songs in this time span. You got lucky.
Yeah, I need it, and I'm not even gonna lie. The Drake freestyle, if that's what it is, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
He definitely had some shit. He was saying some shit. But yeah, I don't know. I think this one will be a little bit different because I think Drake may have stepped into something that he feels like he can win on a hip hop level, and he can't.
He can't. No, not at all. Only reason he was able to win on the Meek level is because Meek took so long to come out.
Yeah,
and then he came out with trash.
Yeah. I think if Meek would have came out with something hot, like the next day or even the day after that, it'll be a different story.
Even with the Joe Budden thing where he didn't feel as if Joe was worth a whole verse. He was just worth a snippet. If Joe Budden was the Joe Budden that he is right now as we speak, and he came back with that Making a Murderer, this be a different conversation.
Completely different.
Because Making a Murderer is probably one of the best diss tracks I've heard in the last decade.
Yeah, easily.
Like, I just listened to that shit the other day.
Yeah.
Funny when the volume you way out of this one.
when the Drake freestyle dropped, I was thinking about Making a Murder. Like, this is why I say, like, he picks and kind of chooses what he wants to do and who he wants to go out. But again, he has some very witty lines in that freestyle.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, just be witty. Just be what got you to the dance. You don't have to be gangster. You don't have to. Oh, what's the new song called? I'm Upset. Even though it's not a diss, but you don't have to pretend as if you're not Wheelchair Jimmy. Like, we get it. You're not Wheelchair Jimmy. You're Drake now.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
But you don't have to be anything other than who you are. You've shown with the Meek Mill beef that you can rap who you are and still win. You showed with a lot of the beefs that you're in that you can not respond and still win.
Right.
But if you're going to respond, don't respond being something that you're not.
I get what you're saying.
Because then that changes the entire dynamic of the beef. Because now the beef looks fucking saturated. It looks constructed. This is a second beef you done got in around your album time. Like, nigga, this don't look like you want a problem.
That's true. That's true. You got some good ass points. You're right about that. This is a little odd too because Drake is not one to normally do this kind of thing around album time.
In this situation, this feels almost like a promotional ploy.
It does.
Only because of the timing.
It does. Yeah, the timing was a little bit sketchy on this.
And then you look at, again, going back to good music's marketing, where we're going to definitely see that they're taking the troll aspect of it is with Tiana Taylor's album. Mm-hmm. If something extreme happens with her, then we know the route they're going. And I kind of come from this conclusion after watching the G.O.O.D interview with Lil Pump. Mm-hmm. Like, he openly admits, I'm just a troll.
Right.
I go out there. I just started rapping 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was like, what?
And I just make videos just to get attention and piss people off. So it's kind of like you take that marketing tool, you actually put some intelligence behind it. Mm-hmm. And you can get this kind of outcome.
True.
Because, dude, bro, it was Kanye, then it was quiet for like 2-3 weeks, then it's Push.
There's Push, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now
I was kind of Kanye again, too, because Drake took shots at Ye, too.
Yeah, exactly. He threw him at Drake. I mean, he threw him at Ye.
Yeah.
And now that I'm actually thinking about it, there's been a lot of attention on Tiana Taylor recently too. She got the show coming out.
Buzzing.
Oh yeah, she's buzzing. She's buzzing. They're doing all of this shit with no single.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
All of this is being niggas were anticipating Pusha T album before we got a single.
I will say that everybody on Good Music needs to diss Drake. Goddamn it! There's no way you gonna come in here and talk shit like this and it's gonna be cool. Man,
I mean I don't think Common's on Good Music anymore, but he started the trend.
Either man, look, if I had Push's pen game, I would fuck Drake up with some troll type
That's
shit.
what I'm saying.
I do all sorts of stuff. Like I put out a song and you know how the cover of the song or whatever it is, it'll be the face of the dude that shot him in the Degrassi. I do shit like that.
I would definitely do that.
Petty shit.
That'd
and
be
just
dope.
and have my pen game match the petty shit. You know what I mean? Like,
and then
like kind of like Joe did. How when the beef was going on, he put the little snippets, the pictures of Blue Jays fighting. There was a Blue Jays fighting somebody. It was a fight.
No, that was the second. That was the
It was the second one. It was the
first
second
one
record.
was the
owl.
Bloody Owl.
Yeah, but I would do little petty shit like that,
Right.
and then just match it up with my pen. Oh my god, I would have feel that.
And that's why I was kind of let down that we haven't got a Pusha response yet. Only because, nigga, you allowed him to give you a record, and you allowed him to send you an invoice.
That shit was clever.
Like,
though.
bro, that was clever and petty, like
That
to the
shit.
third, fourth, and fifth
Right,
degree.
it was clever, but it's a lot of stupid people out there. People was like, Drake really dissed them and then sent them money. Like they really didn't know what an invoice was.
Yeah, that's what makes
like,
me
you
so
guys
sad.
You guys are stupid. You guys are real life stupid.
Like that's not what that means.
Right, but that was smart. That was smart.
That was
smart. Good.
And it was what he asked for. He tweeted out like, "Send me an invoice."
Send
He
me
said,
an invoice.
"Okay."
Yeah, that
So
was
it's like,
good. I feel bad for the dude's email though. Whoever email that was, he put in there. On the actual invoice, it was an email. I'm assuming sending it to Push's manager or whomever. The person.
Oh yeah.
I feel bad for that guy because whoever all them SoundCloud rappers seen that email. Hey yo, check this out, fam. Check this out.
It's over for Push. Listen
this
to
out,
me, my G. So let me ask you this: dun dun dun. Who won? Who won round one? If there even is going to be a round two.
Nobody.
I thought the same thing.
Neither one of their ass won, and it's because it's so much with this. We can if we're going recent. Push put out his shit, Drake put out his shit. We still haven't got a response.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all washed out. If we want to take it further than this, Push is this. This is something you've been pursuing for 6 years now. Like it's one of those beefs that when John 50 happened. It was in your face. It was happening right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? When Jay and Nas, it was in your face, happening right now. This man has been poking you for 6 years. You know what I mean? And now you want to do something. It's like, yeah, we want to hear it because we fans of hip hops, but I just want to see how clever y'all is at this point.
Yeah, at this point, I just want to hear bars.
Yeah, I just want to see how clever y'all is. I will say this, and I'm hoping for Pusha's sake that the reason it's taking so long is because this nigga about to put out a fire ass track with Ye produced beat, and it just got to be epic.
I think that's why it's taking so long because he's waiting for Ye to produce the
and
beat.
it got to be over something like not no super hip hop beat. I want it to be over like you know how they have those songs that may sound like they're in like a Catholic church. The instruments sound like they're in a Catholic church, but it's a hip hop influence. I wanted something like that. Like give Drake a come to Jesus moment. Like, and then when Drake come, hit him with that braggadocious witty shit and be like, yeah, you sold coke, nigga, fuck you. So what? Like I don't know. I'm just a fan of the music. Like
no, I want to see it strictly for being a fan of the music. Not gonna lie. I kind of feel like it's dead here.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And the only reason I feel that way is because we haven't even gotten a tweet about Drake's record or anything.
If it gets to this point, this time tomorrow, and we still haven't heard no push, no nothing, then I'll be like, yeah, this shit's dead.
So technically, it'd be this time when people are listening to this.
Yeah. But I will say this. I do believe that if it is dead, it's not Push's doing. I feel like it'd be Ye's doing because Ye got a little bit more of a emotional, personal attachment than Push does. I will say if it does end, it's not because Push wanted to.
One thing that
what if this brung out Malice and we about to get a Clips reunion and they about to go in real quick
Malice
for a track.
Malice
I know,
is way too safe.
I know,
bro.
but Drake took a little shot at that too.
He did,
and we did. I was in my head. I was thinking Malice probably heard this and was like, "Oh, God bless that brother." Like,
so like, man, he just lost.
Yeah, like something
lost.
like that.
Yeah, Malice. We ain't getting Malice. There's literally no malice involved in this. Yeah. Damn, I was about to say. Oh yeah, one thing though that kind of got brought to the forefront with this is Young Money, Cash Money back good?
I had seen like different stuff saying Birdman and Wayne was good. Didn't Birdman? I mean, didn't Wayne win that case too?
I think he won the case.
Yeah. So
and then in the diss record, Drake even mentioned "I'ma kill him for baby." So I'm just like, wait. So are we cool with Birdman?
Well,
again?
no. I think that was because in Infrared Push did take a cheat. Well, it wasn't a cheat. It was like he didn't say taking a shot. He did address the Birdman shit.
Right, but Wayne gave Birdman a whole song.
Right.
Oh, sorry for the wait.
But we also have to realize too, when they was going through their shit, Drake and Nicki kind of didn't say nothing about nothing.
Right.
So that leads me to believe that their Wayne and Baby's relationship is separate from Drake and Baby or whomever. So yeah, Wayne may be the man and he's not rocking with you right now, but at the end of the day, you my boss, you know what I mean? We got a relationship. I think that's what that was. I don't think it was they back cool. It was just like, nah, nigga, you're not about to, we got family issues, but you're not about, I can talk shit about my family, but you can't.
You think it was that?
I think it was that. I think it was that.
I could see that. Fight with me and let me know later what I did wrong.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I just want music, man.
I think that's what it ultimately boils down to.
I just want music.
Now, I definitely see Wayne jumping in soon if it does continue on. Only because Wayne and Push never put their issues aside.
Yeah, I can see that too. I can see if I was Drake, I'll put out my song. If I'm Drake, I'm about to even take this a step further. So with Drake, he had the Charge Up, then he hit him with the back to back. That was pretty much it. If I'm Drake,
Charged Up back to back, and then
wasn't it one more?
The Revenge record.
Yeah, but nobody's talking about that. See, we forgot about it.
No one talks about Charged Up either.
True. If I'm Drake, I hit him with the diss. You know what I mean? I put out my song. I don't know what that was geared to, but I put out my song. I would come back with another track with Wayne and demolish shit if I was Drake. If I was Drake, that's what I would be doing. Whether Push responds or not, I would do that shit.
Where I'm really curious is what if they plan this family attack on Push, where does the rest of Good Music stand? Because when you look at it, literally everyone on Good Music has worked with Drake.
True. Literally everybody.
And I mean, then when you also look at it, well, is Cudi still Good Music?
Yeah.
So Drake has said something about Cudi. He said something about Push, and he said something about
This
Ye.
is why I said the Good Music needs to jump on something. With them, I think it'd be more of a difficult situation with them than anybody, for the simple fact that they all have a relationship with Drake, but at the same time, Push supposed to be your fam. You can't just let your fam take on a couple of niggas by itself. You know what I mean?
That's gonna cause a rift.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It would cause a rift. Exactly. Either way, I want to see it.
But then, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't want to hear anybody from Good Music diss anybody. I'm not ready for a 2 Chainz diss record. Big Sean has already showed you he ain't got the diss bars.
But believe it or not, man, I would listen to 2 Chainz diss record. I would rock if a 2 Chainz I would rock with it. I would rock with it.
I would rock with it if he's,
because I think it'd be funny.
If he's just extra flashy and just cracks.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny.
Jokes.
Hood nigga jokes, but I think I can see him making a track that'd be a mixture of flashy hood nigga jokes and maybe like a bar or two. He'd give you something like to show. I can give it to you.
He surprises me sometimes. It's not often though. Even on features, he doesn't come through as much as I would need him to. Like, So We Can Live, the record he did with T-Pain on it was either Boats or Boats 2. But anyway, the record he did with T-Pain, So We Could Live, I was like, this is probably the best I've ever heard 2 Chainz
never
rap.
heard that record.
Hey, you gotta hear it. It's dope. He's going.
Yeah,
in.
I just thought about that. Shit, 2 Chainz can't go. 2 Chainz real cool with Wayne. Like push.
That's what I'm saying.
Push, man. I would say
Good music camp outside of Cudi, Ye, and Push. Let's just eliminate Cudi from the situation. The president and the owner, have issues with Young Money, Cash Money right now. But the rest of the camp not only are cool with the niggas, but they're tight.
Right,
with
that's
the
what I'm
niggas.
saying, man. Push, you might have to thug this one out and say, fuck this, go in the booth for 5 whole minutes and just get niggas bars.
He needed this all of YMCMB. He needed this all the hot boys. Like Turk got to get it. Everybody. At this point, Pusha got to diss anybody. Mac 10 got to get it. If you had a Cash Money chain on, you got to get bars.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ross backed up Push or something.
Oh no, he is.
I
could
wouldn't be surprised at that.
I could definitely see that happening because Ross forced himself into the Wayne baby beef.
Yeah, he did. Hey, did you see that rumor that supposedly Nicki Minaj and Eminem is dating?
I saw that, but I think she also said it was a joke.
I did. If anybody truly believed that, they had something wrong with them.
Right, like what? Like, please help me understand how this relationship
Yeah,
works.
how would that? Yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there because we was talking about hip hop.
That was a random ass shoehorn.
Yeah, it just popped in my head. Yeah. I don't know, man. I just hope we get some good music. I hope we can get some good music out of this. And I don't mean Drake's album or anything like that.
How about I said we've gotten good music. We've gotten a Pusha T album. Get it? Good music. Is his label? See what I did there?
But no, I want some hip hop and make it competitive. It's not that I want to see 2 black men tear each other down. I just want to see some competition. I want to see them compete. You know what I mean? I want to see some remnants of what hip hop was. You know what I mean? Everybody just friends and want to get high together. Cool if that's what you want to do, but don't be afraid to stand in a circle and compete with a nigga either.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't be a rapper, man. I couldn't be a rapper, especially now.
I just need the bars. That's all I need.
In today's day and age, I couldn't be a rapper.
Bro, this makes me want to get back to it. Like, I would love to get.
It seems to be easier to get into now, but I'm saying, far as dealing with industry shit and industry people,
the industry
I've been to
is
caught
different.
a case. I've been to caught a case. I couldn't
industry.
do it.
But then at the same time, the industry is different in a good and bad way because it's almost like anybody can get into it now.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can literally, if you got a phone, you can get into it.
Right. You got a phone, you're literally halfway there.
Right. Let's touch on Morgan Freeman real quick.
Oh shit! I forgot about that. Yeah. Go. I'm listening.
No, this. Okay, so Morgan Freeman. I don't know if you guys have heard. He's been accused of sexual harassing, I believe, 8 women. They didn't say he assaulted a woman or raped a woman or anything like that. But he sexually harassed a woman. And honestly, when I first heard this, I guess I was in a little bit of a denial. Because I was like, nah, they just trying to get somebody out here. This really hurt me because on the acting side, I got inspiration from Morgan Freeman. And it's not to say that, you can't separate the work from the person, but I got a mom. I got black children, black daughters. I got nothing but women that I'm around. So to hear another black man out there assaulting or harassing women, it rubs me the wrong way. Like, I really was like, damn, Morgan, like, he let me down. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. He did put out a, I guess, apology, clear up. I don't know if that letter did more harm than good.
Definitely
at this
more
moment.
harm, for sure.
He tried to show the difference between sexual assault and sexual harassing. And there is a very vast difference, but at the end of the day, both are inexcusable.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you're Morgan Freeman. Why are you asking a woman if she has on panties that you're not intimate with or that you're not in a relationship with? Why are you trying to lift up a shirt or trying to sneak a peek? Like, that sounds like some old man perverted shit. Like,
right.
you black Mr. Herbert off Family Guy right now. Like that, I don't know. That really let me down because when I see older gentlemen like that and have went this long without having any major shit happen to see that they've been a creep this entire time, like it rubs me the wrong way. It rubs me the wrong way. But I will say that I do feel that something is going on in the industry with the older black men to where their legacies are being tarnished. I will say that.
I agree. With the Morgan Freeman part, I also agree with you there. I was definitely let down. This, wasn't as extreme as some of the other stories we've got.
Right.
But it was definitely a letdown because, come on, man, you were God.
No, dude. I believe it's Toronto. Toronto wants him to voice. Well, one, I don't know if they still do. Wanted him to voice their bus transit system. So you be on a bus in Toronto and it's Morgan Freeman voice. Right.
Yo, we should. There before the shit went down, I would have loved to have a Morgan Freeman navigation system.
Right.
At the next light, make the left. Nah, man, it was definitely some bullshit, bro. And it sucks because it's almost like with them being older, their mindset on respect for women was so different.
Yeah, you can definitely see with the older generation and that their thought process when it comes to women is completely different.
And not saying that that justifies action. It definitely doesn't.
You can just see how fucked up their thinking was.
Right, and that's why it's going to be such a present and prominent thing going forward because we're going to keep coming across these dirty old men. That's the best way to put it.
Really, yeah.
But I also agree with you that our older black quote heroes are definitely under attack at the moment. It doesn't even a lot of it is successful Me Too. I would definitely be sitting here lying if I didn't say that. But I also would be lying if I didn't feel as if some of it was exactly that.
I agree with you.
We have to try
some
to
of that
find
shit is
somebody
fabricated. But something did cross my mind, literally as you were speaking, with us having these thoughts of we definitely know that some of these guys are flat, like you said, dirty old men. But we do believe that some of this is fabricated. Do we think that some of this is fabricated because we are men? This just thought I just popped up in my head. Do women feel that some of the shit is fabricated, or do they feel like it's all legit true?
I think it's the first thing you said. We're quicker to call something like this fake, only because we can channel a lot of men that were set up for these kind of situations. Right. On the flip side, women can also call these things fake. I'm sorry, not call them fake. Women can also be justified in saying these things are real because they can also channel it happening all the time. I think it all comes down to the experience itself. I saw this one thing online that actually it really fucked me up. And again, it really makes you think back to when you truly did not know better. At our age, when we were doing the shit we were doing when we were younger, that's from genuinely not knowing better.
Right.
A lot of these cats that are 80 now that was doing this shit when they was 40 and 60, that was choice.
Right, you chose to do that shit.
But I look back at some of the shit that we would do and say, back in our teens and early 20s, and it's just wow, a lot of this shit was just it was just pure ignorance. You know what I'm saying, to a lot of things. And I saw this post that this lady did, I want to say it was in France or something. She took a picture every day for a year of every dude that catcalled her. And first of all, some of the pictures she was wearing the same thing, so that was obviously same day. And some of the other pictures, I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers be on some extra shit. So it really makes you look at it like this is why, to answer your question, I'm pretty sure other people think I'm just going completely off course. To answer your question, that's why when you hear 20 people are accusing Bill Cosby, you could be like, yeah, I can see how it could be all 20. But then you go to us, we could be like, it's definitely 1 or 3.
Right.
But 20, I don't know.
20,
I think it all comes down to the actual experience. And I think that's I know that's one of the things that's being fought for when it comes down to the equality struggle. Because we can't relate to dealing with shit like that. We can't, because we don't go through it. Now, granted, there are men out there that have been raped, but it's not a strong enough number to really be like, no, I could definitely speak on it and know, what it's like to have that fear and stuff like that. But, when you hear about cats like Morgan Freeman, when you hear about Kevin Spacey, and just realizing a lot of these dudes just be on some different shit. Again, I'm happy that Morgan wasn't as extreme as everybody else. But when you start to hear about it, it's almost like they just seem victim to their times.
Yeah, that I agree with you with that. I agree with you. I just thought about that right now. I was like, damn, do we think that way because we're men? Like, is this a kind of a sexist way of thinking? But no, you made very good sense because I'm pretty sure we both know people that's been accused of something that they didn't do when it comes to that. And especially right now when in the court of public opinion, like that can ruin you.
Oh, yeah. The one accusation and that's it for you.
Yeah,
for you, period. Done. Even if the person can get on there and get seen as a liar through
the person
polygraph.
Come out and say that they're a liar,
right? And it's still like, nah, you raped him,
right? Well, I mean, shit, we've seen it. We see it with not necessarily with sex, but or even so, we hear these young football players, these college kids. He assaulted him. He did what? Oh no, I was just mad at him. I was lying. But you ruined his career, his life. You know what I mean? This person could have been whomever. He could have worked. He could have been on the plantations for the NFL if he wanted to. But you ruined that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Morgan Freeman, man, you let me down. You really let me down.
You're breaking my heart.
I really hope this stuff ain't true. I hope, you know what I mean? But in his case, it's because these women didn't wait years. Like, the first stuff they were saying happened in like 2015. That's a few years ago, bruh. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. He let me down.
It's still inside the statute.
He let me down. If it comes out, man, that Denzel done did some shit, A, I'm going to be like, all right, y'all fishing. That's going to be like A, but B, I would be let down too because as a person trying to be an actor, like, I look up to these guys, you know what I mean? I draw inspiration from these guys. So to know that they live in foul, and again, their life has nothing to do with me, but I try to look at everything in a full circle. Don't get in front of
heroes.
Yeah, don't get in front of the camera and preach shit that I can understand and resonate with,
and grow with that.
Right, but behind closed doors, you a dirty old man. Like, that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah, it hurts and it sucks. Denzel, I think Denzel is safe though.
Yeah, I think he's safe.
He's a pretty genuine guy.
Yeah, I'm using that as an example. If they was to come out and say Denzel's been accused of assaulting 8 women, all 8 got to run me my fade. Y'all not about to throw him under the bus.
You need to line them up and get him a polygraph on live TV. We
right. I want to see it.
All right, let's get off these hypotheticals before somebody actually try to take our boy.
Right.
Let the people know where they can find you, bro.
On Twitter, _Hollywood Kev on Twitter.
Damn shame.
On Instagram, Hollywood Kev _ Again, I'm sorry. I will try my best to be better at posting on Instagram. But for now, that's where I'm at.
Big Los IG on Instagram. You can also snap me on Big Los, or you can go to the website and pull it up from there. I'm kind of snapping a little more. So, it's something cool to look at. Other than that, I'd call that one a show. You got a nice little lengthy show here. Yeah. So they should definitely enjoy
Indulge.
it. Enjoy, take in the comments, take in the words, and form your opinion.
We fucks with y'all, man. Thank you. Like, for real.
Oh, yeah,
like,
big up to the
yeah, we do appreciate y'all supporting us, like for real. I thank you. I don't know about Los, but I thank you.
Nah, man, fuck all y'all. Nah, I'm playing. I'm just joking. Don't click away. Even though I'm pretty sure a lot of them don't listen to all the way at this end of the show. But as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. And as always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.